Alright, time for my round 1 game of this month's MSEM GP. Playing blue-red Zirrktide slash Pyromancer slash whatever you call this cantrip, or Xerox, like 12 cantrip Xerox deck. Meanwhile, Styles is playing a 123 card deck, so you know, fun stuff is about to happen. And then the starting hand is, I'm on the play. This starting hand would be great if this land was on top, but it's not, so I can't keep it. Which really sucks because otherwise this hand would be great. Do I keep it anyways? What am I looking at if I keep here? Yeah, I don't think I can keep this. Okay, this hand is slightly better. Yeah, I keep this. Let me double check what deck my opponent is, or what's in my opponent's deck. Do I need to have, do I care about Void Player right now? Probably not. I'll bomb Void Player then. So turn 1, Seek Prophecy. Turn 2, hopefully Seek Prophecy hits a red land so I can turn to Instructor and immediately Railline afterwards and get the Prowess guy. And hopefully my opponent has no response to that. I mean, they totally could have a response. They have Cosmic Sinkhole, so they have 1 mana, and they could counter my Austere Instructor on curve. But anyways, let's just start off with Seek Prophecy. Not a red land. In fact, they're like both not red lands. So, I could consider to dig further. Is there any point in taking another island here? No, I'd rather dig for, I'd rather dig for my red land. And they're probably keeping up Cosmic Sinkhole. Oh dear. So, it's like, well, I mean, I have to jam Consider right now to dig for a land. I think that's my best play here. And hopefully, if I get a land, hopefully it also makes, hopefully I get a fetch land so I can fetch the blue-red land, and then I can pawn it end of turn and then do Austere Instructor stuff next turn. But if I don't play a land here, this looks kind of bad for me. Okay, they let it happen. Cool. I mean, that's not the ideal land I want, but I'll take it. Yeah, that lets me Austere Instructor next turn. I'll take it. Okay, do I want to Railline right now in order to have access to pawn? Technically, I could have actually Railline, but then Raillining with no mana up is bad because if they Cosmic Sinkhole, then they actually just kill all my lands, which I don't want to happen right now. So yeah, I'm just going to do this, and this does let me play around Cosmic Sinkhole, sort of. If they flash Campania right now, I think I just Void Flare that, right? Because they don't really have that many creatures. They're just going to fetch their trial land. They play Nebula, and then they are going to jam Fireweaver. Okay, well, I mean, I can't stop that till that happens, but this also means that I will be able to Austere Instructor and make 2 guys off that. So, what board wipes are they running? They don't run any board wipes main deck, right? Yeah, that doesn't seem like it. So I guess they can grab a board wipe out of the sideboard if they really want to right now. Like that, it sort of is a heads up play if they really want to do that. But I doubt that they're doing that. So then the question becomes, do I want to Void Flare now? I'd rather Void Flare on upkeep of Flames Approach. Okay, I get 2 Prowess guys out of my Austere Instructor. I think I'm pretty happy. Get 2 Prowess guys, eat up a removal spell. Yeah. Pearl Fracture, okay. Yeah, I'm just this guy's just going to eat Flames Approach. I mean, I could technically wait a turn, but then that means I'm missing my land drop this turn, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. They're tapped out, so I just get to do this, and then do they have Celestial Banishment? Do they have a way to counter the Austere Instructor trigger? That would be a reason for me to upkeep the Void Flare instead of waiting. They do not have a way to counter the trigger, I think. Yeah, I don't think they have a way to counter the trigger. Flame Approach, okay. I guess that does force me to Void Flare now, instead of seeing what they draw into, but I mean, I'm fine with that. Exchange. I got 2 Prowess guys now, so I mean, and they don't have a play this turn, so that's pretty good for me. I am getting sort of close. I'm actually getting pretty close to Panya Tail. And I'm also getting pretty close to just using Lose Your Mind. Do I cast this? Or do I wait until I can draw 2 cards off of it? I should just wait here because I have Portal Factor plus Panya, so I don't need to rush anything out of hand right now. I'll just chip in for 2 with the Prowess guys, and then pass the turn. If Panya trades, if I play out Panya and they kill it, and then I get the Portal Factor, then now I enable Lose Your Mind because that's 7 cards into graveyard. Is there anything else I can do for my graveyard? Not yet. If they jam, so they have access to, okay, they're just going to play a big thing. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then I just get to counter that. Actually, do I need to counter this? It's kind of worth it. Yeah, I'll do that. Might as well, I guess. Get Panya down. If I top deck a land here, I get to Panya Tail, which is really good for me. If I don't top deck a land here, then I top deck a spell, which is also pretty good for me. Void Flare is one of the less good spells that I could top deck right now. Do I just throw a Void Flare to face, and so I get to swing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, or no, I can Void Flare and then lose your mind to draw 2 cards. And that leaves me with 1 mana untapped. Can I do anything broken on 4 mana that would completely wreck me? I don't think so. Like, there isn't any single card on 4 mana. Okay, they actually could get Reflected Moments. I mean, they could get Temporal Insights. That's the entire thing their deck is built around. But seeing as they haven't played it earlier, I don't think they have it in hand. So I think I should just go for it and try to push as much damage as possible. Like, casting Lose Our Mind main phase will basically give me 2 extra damage this turn. Yeah, I think I convinced myself. And this also, like, Lose Our Mind might draw me into a land, which sets me up for next turn pretty nicely. Okay, so that happens. I do need to tap out like this. Actually, if I draw a rail line, I just bounce Crystal Caverns. Yeah, okay. Oh, and I did get a rail line, and I can jam Austere Instructor right now if I really want to. Actually, the sequencing doesn't work out, but do I rail line now? I mean, yeah, I get an extra land drop for next turn. Or, I mean, I could just play everything from my hand. Is that good for me? No, I should leave at least one thing in hand in case they board. Do they even have board wipes? No, not really. Okay, well, whatever. Anyways, I'm just like swinging for a ton this turn, and I will keep Austere Instructor in hand just in case stuff happens. They're at 2 life now. Okay, I didn't count, so I assume they did the math correctly. But having Austere Instructor in hand means that even if I don't get anything good off my top decks, I can still next turn just play Austere Instructor, flashback, Lose Your Mind off the card I drew on my draw step, and then still trigger it. Okay, they're just dead. Cool. Alright, sure. So what do I want in this matchup? I think I want more Spell Pierces. Like, they have creatures, but they also have a bunch of spells, so it's usually pretty good. Cursory Glance doesn't do enough, I don't think. Okay, so they have like stuff that's worth Seer Fleshing, sort of. I think, okay, so I definitely bring in Panya, because Panya is pretty good here. What do I take out? I think I take out Crest, because Crest doesn't do enough, right? Other guys have ETB, so I don't think I'm cresting anything, and I guess I'll trim like 1 Fire Eraser because they don't actually have any 3 toughness guys, so Fire Eraser doesn't actually hit any breakpoints. Yeah. I mean, it could matter against, but they can also have no creatures and I need Void Flares to do. Yeah, sure, I'll do this. They don't have artifacts that are worth killing, right? No, they don't, and Seer Flesh. I mean, so if I board like this, that means that if they resolve any of their big guys, I can't deal with it. Is that fine? It's like, fine. Sure, I'll do this. Actually, maybe I should board out some number of Cursory Glances, because those cards aren't that good here. Okay, so this hand, yeah, I'll keep this. This could go horribly wrong if I just don't draw any lands, but even if I don't draw any... So I'll have like 2 cards that dig. So it's reasonably likely that I find a land sometime soon. And I just need to make sure to Spell Pierce... I can't actually Spell Pierce Fireweaver, but I can Spell Pierce the thing that they grab off of it. Oh, do they have a 1-drop? I guess if they go Terraformer's Globe, then yeah, that does work out for them pretty well, because I'm like hoping that they cast something next turn so like it triggers Antithesis for me. But like if I find a rail line off the top, okay, well that's convenient. And since there's no reason for me to ever play red this turn, yeah, I'll wait for to fetch islands so I lose less life in the long run. There is a chance that you just don't jam anything because like they have instant speed things, so do I want to get Antithesis down now, or do I just want to consider instead? I think jamming Antithesis now doesn't actually accomplish anything. I mean, it eats up a Cosmic Sinkhole. Is that worth it? It's like sort of worth it. Then what's my follow-up? I think I should just consider... Yeah, I should just consider to dig for stuff for next turn, because I don't actually have anything lined up for next turn. I mean, I do need land, so I guess I take that. Although I'm not super happy about it. Maybe I should have been that so that I'm working towards Lose Your Mind more, but whatever. I might actually just end step Lose Your Mind if... Yeah, I might actually do that. No, I don't think that's worth it. I'm probably just going to go Spell Pierce Antithesis, unless they don't do anything main phase, in which case I think I still Antithesis here, because at this point, like, why not? If they have Operative Posh, they can flash that thing in, and that's like kind of bad for me, because I can't counter it right now, and I actually can't kill that thing at all. That's a million Austere Instructors. I think I do play this. Yeah, because like even if it gets countered, at least it eats up a single counter spell. Like they could tap out for Curse or for Cosmic Sinkhole, and that would be like that's how they counter it. but then I still get an antithesis trigger, so like it still somewhat works out for me. I chip them for 1. Okay, well, looks like I sequenced this incorrectly because I should have passed Palace first. Well, whatever. Life probably won't matter in this matchup until it does. Oh, they let it happen. Okay. Are they just going to try to kill it? Or okay, they just have operative posh and I can't do anything about that. Yep, that happens. At the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so once they start casting spells, they just blink the thing and then I can't. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So are they getting Austere Instructor out of the way, or are they blinking their own Terraformers Globe? They're blinking the globe. Okay, sure. That works out for me because Austere Instructor is still in play. I mean, they could just pass the turn without doing anything, which would be kind of bad for me. Like, if they're... Yeah, that happens. My cards just aren't lining up against my opponent's cards the way I want them to. Yeah, I can't counter Commanding Princess, which is a problem. Like, they're going to blow me out with Commanding Princess, and there's nothing I can do about that right now. Okay, at least I have another land to work with. Yeah, I'll play it. So how am I going to do this? Because, like, if they flash in Princess, what am I looking at? To get an operative trigger? Like, I can't kill Princess. I could play another Austere Instructor so that, to, like, double make sure that I make a bunch of tokens. Like, they can't deal with all the tokens if I just have enough of them. And the problem right now is that they just don't have anything that's spell pierceable, and that's a really big problem for me. Okay, I could go Austere Instructor. So play the second Austere Instructor, swing with everything. The Princess, I lose your mind in response. Does that get me anywhere? Make 2 Paralysis guys, lose Austere Instructor to something. Actually, Operative Posh can just blink the Princess and then lose from that. So I think at this point I just have to hope they don't have Princess, because I can't win if they have Princess unless I could just lose your mind and then hold up and then hope to draw into counter spells. Okay, actually, yeah, that's my plan now. Let's see if they flash into Princess. Nope, they don't. Okay, that makes things slightly better for me. Slightly. Okay, so like if they flash in Princess end of turn, I need to lose your mind and then, or I can lose your mind right now and then, like I just need things that I can spell pierce into so I can generate tokens. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to assume they're not on Princess. I'm going to jam another Austere Instructor, and hopefully that eats up a counterspell, or they try to counterspell that, and hopefully I get to spell pierce that, and then I make. Okay, they're princessing it, right? Nope, they're still. Now they princess. Okay, yeah, that happens. Yeah, so that is the worst case scenario, I think. I can't be a princess unless I have removal in hand, and I don't have mana to play removal anymore. There's no point in losing our mind right now, so I guess that happens. But at least I get an antithesis trigger now, so hopefully that takes me into a counter spell or removal spell for next turn. That's... Why do I have so many Austere Instructors right now? Yeah, I need to cut Cursory Glance and Spell Pierce next game. Because all these Spell Pierces are getting stuck in my hand. What's my creature counterspell? I don't think I have any good creature counterspells. Like, that's just not what my deck's built for. And then they can just keep blinking Commanding Pred. Well, at least that thing takes a while to come back. Okay, well, I guess I need to do it now. At least get some value off of this. Oh, there's a Void Flare. Where was it earlier? Next turn I can still go Austere Instructor into Spell Pierce. I don't need 2 Spell Pierces at this point. Yeah, I'll just pitch from the Spell Pierces. Okay, they have enough guys for me to be worried. Zirrat. Zirrat does make... No, it's not cheap enough right now. I can't easily get back Commanding Princess, so like, if they try to blink Commanding Princess, I need to... Because they can try... If they have any spells, they can try to blink it multiple times. So I need Void Flare to like actually land on the thing I need it to land on. If I Austere Instructor, they might be incentivized to just start jamming. So then that means I go Austere Instructors, Seek Prophecy, get the trigger. Or I mean, I could wait a turn for a trigger. Because like they're probably going to end step try to blink this thing, and then I'll Void Flare in response. Unless they wait a turn. In which case, then that becomes really bad for me because I can't Void Flare in response. Okay, in that case, that means I'm not attacking with the human right now. Like, that's looking pretty bad for me. And I guess I can't afford to Austere. I guess I can't really afford to do any of these guys right now. So I'm just going to play this and like pass the turn and see if they end step anything. Do I need to trigger No, I don't really need to trigger Antithesis right now. You see, like there. Oh, that's a second Commanding Princess. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, well, I mean, at least I get to Void Flare the first one. So like that's less Commanding Princesses coming down later. But yeah, that's a lot of Commanding Princesses. There's like not much I can do about these guys because I drew all my spell pierces. I need to put soul pierce into the board, or I need to bring in soul pierce from the board because clearly they actually have a lot more creatures than I expected. And I actually need to start chumping now too because they're going to swing for almost lethal at this point. Or they have direct damage, right? Yeah, they have direct damage somewhere in their deck. Yeah, so like the entire problem this game was that I had 2 spell pierces stuck in hand against my opponent who was on a mono creature draw, so I couldn't actually cast anything to trigger any of my guys. I think I need to chump. Yeah, we need to chump with one of them. Or yeah. They're not going to jam anything instant speed again, or they're not going to jam anything on their turn that can spell pierce, which is still going to be a problem. And that comes back and gets some triggers off, sure. And I think that's game over for me. I can't really... I mean, I could bounce Operative Posh, but then that thing just comes back down. And I still can't counter it because I still don't have creature counter spells. I could Seek Prophecy right now. I think this is pretty much a lost game. Is there like any outs that I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to Seek Prophecy into a removal spell and then hit the Commanding Princess when my opponent gets greedy and tries to blink it, and then chump that again. Top deck could... I can't counter this. There's anything in my deck that can actually counter this thing. Okay, Zirrktide, and then... I mean, I could Zirrktide plus, and then that technically makes it me survive because I can keep chumping every turn. I think that might actually be my best play right now. So then I'm keeping up... So then I should always Seek Prophecy first. Yeah. That does not help me. Okay, cool. Anyways, yeah. So it turns out I need Soul Pierce back in, and I need, Actually, Mail Munch does kill the operatives, right? They're artifacts? Yeah, okay, I'll bring that thing in then. But they don't actually run that many operatives. They only run 2 copies, so I don't think Mail Munch hits anything else. It technically hits Commanding Princess, but at sorcery speed, which is bad. They have, like, enough artifacts, but most of the artifacts aren't worth blowing up. Maybe I run... Convert to Resources might actually be useful because it at least makes spell use alongside it. Okay, so then I cut some Cursey Glasses because they're not hitting enough stuff. I cut a Spell Pierce because they're not hitting enough stuff. Do I want this? No, the Dispersive Snare doesn't hit enough stuff. So like I'm actually I am down on counter spells, which is not good for me because I really need counter spells to actually win against my opponent because I can't kill their big creatures except with some very specific cards. Well, hopefully I line up all my Portal Factors against their big things because that's really my out right now. Okay, this hand's really good. Turn 1 Seek Prophecy, turn 2 turn 2 I'll keep up stuff, but turn 3 I'll Austere, and then on my opponent's turn I'll try to Spell Pierce whatever they do to kill it. Unless it's Commanding Princess, in which case I can't Spell Pierce that. So I need to hope the top deck Soul Pierce so that play also, in order to guarantee that the play always works out for me. Alright. And yeah, turn 1 Seek Prophecy, because there's nothing I really need to keep up Spell Pierce for on turn 1. Do I need a 3rd land? I mean, so the rail line's acting as my 3rd land, so I don't think I need to fetch a 3rd land right now, in which case then I should just grab Seek Prophecy instead and so next turn I can do Seek Prophecy, keep up Spell Pierce. Unless I want to take Spirit Flash instead so that I don't insta-lose to Operative Posh. I think I take a 2nd Seek Prophecy. And I am... Oh wait, so they can't make mana this turn. And I think their mana is actually kind of bad for next turn too, because... Unless they... Oh, well, I got the land anyways. Do I run out Austere Instructor? So what are the chances they have something? They have a reasonable number of ways to kill it. Do I run it out anyways, just so that... Because the 1/1 Prowess is reasonably good. And Spell Pierce isn't going to hit anything useful on turn 2 either. Turn 3 I can go Austere, keep up Spell Pierce, but... So then this turn I go Seek Prophecy, and end of turn Consider. I guess that's reasonable. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Oh, that's a bunch of rail lines again. Sure, I guess I'll take one of the rail lines. And I'll fetch my dual land now. So I'm working with 3 lands in my hand right now, and not that much action afterwards. Oh, they go Fireweaver. Okay, that's actually good, because they're tapped out now. So then that means my Austere Instructor into Spell Pierce plan will always work out. Which means that, they're extremely incentivized to cast their spell next turn. If they spend their entire turn... No, they can't kill Austere Instructor without casting a non-creature next turn. So yeah, I'm guaranteed to get 2 guys from this guy. And then I guess I'm just hoping that goes a distance, because I don't actually have anything else in my hand right now. I mean, hopefully they consider draws me into a counterspell or something like that. They could also have 2 removal spells or a removal spell plus a counterspell. Like if they have Cosmic Synchro, then I guess they kill my Instructor, but then we trade and I still get 2 Paralysis guys out of it, which is a pretty good deal for me. Okay, so consider I do not need lands right now. Oh, Sear Flesh. Okay, so that prevents me from insta-losing to Operative Posh. So that's pretty good. Play Austere Instructor, Rail Line, bounce this, make the Paralysis dude, play this guy again. I can actually just make Paralysis dude for free on all my turns with all these rail lines I have. So hopefully that works out for me. If they swing with Unrivaled Fireweaver, I'm just going to take it right now. They're still mana screwed, right? Because Blessing Marketplace only, like double Blessing Marketplace is really bad for them because that mana screws them really hard. And they do it pre-combat, which means now they can't swing with Fireweaver. Not that they definitely were planning on swinging with it pre-combat, or if I didn't trigger Paralysis, right? Yeah, I don't know. Do I Sear Flush the Fireweaver just to clear the way? No, so like my opponent is definitely mastered right now because if they had literally any other land, they definitely would have played it instead of Bustling Marketplace. So assuming they're mastered right now, I think I should just try to push the advantage. I mean, I could just hardcast a rail line because it's not like I'm doing anything else with my mana. Or I mean, so this turn I Sear Flesh the Fireweaver and swing with all my guys. I can swing for. I mean, they could also have Void. Do they have Void Flare in their deck? No, they do not. Unless they brought it in from. No, they can't. They don't have any interaction on 1 red, so they're tapped out right now. I also don't think they have a way to board wipe me unless they brought in their board wipes from the sideboard. Yeah, they just don't have board wipes, or at least board wipes they can cast on 4 mana. I guess Commanding Princess technically counts. How bad is Commanding Princess for me in this board state? Not that bad actually. Yeah, okay, I'll just Sear Flesh and then swing with everything. And then next turn, maybe I play 2 rail lines, and then that like gets me really far. Yeah, I'll just do this. So that swings for 6, which is pretty nice because next turn I can swing for 9. I can swing for 11 if they don't put up any resistance. Plus whatever I top deck. Like if I top deck a non-creature spell, then I'm swinging for lethal unless they put up any resistance. Okay, I guess they top deck Crystal Cavern. So do I need to play around Commanding Princess? Oh, I didn't top deck what I need. So this is really awkward. Oh, I mean, so I always start by hardcasting the rail line, and then pump. So if I paralyze my guys twice, I swing with everything, and they have Princess. What happens? They make a guy trump. Well, does Princess still have the Burst Strike mode? No, it doesn't. Okay. Like Princess comes down, kills that, makes a 1/1. They're not forced to chump anymore if that happens. Am I worried about Grave Hate? Doesn't matter. Alright, time to start hard casting rail lines. And right, because like I'm just making this big swing and hopefully this works out for me. If they have Princess, then hopefully I top deck out of it or something. It doesn't seem like it's Princess. I mean, Solar Flare also isn't like if it's not Princess, then it's good for me because I don't think they can answer this board. Qilong Gust, yeah, sure. I mean that happens. You take 9, and then I'm like threatening all these Paralysis guys next turn. So I'm like really hoping to top deck a non-creature spell. Vacios' Endeavor. Sure. What's the worst case scenario for me? They find their extra turn spell and then they play it. What's the best case scenario for me? They just find a land, and then they're forced to Flames Approach, kill one of my guys. So they're still dead to like any non-creature top deck. Which means I probably should have Wayfarer Shrine instead of doing wherever this is. Wait, did I forget to play a land this turn? I don't remember. Yeah, probably we should have Wayfarer Shrine so that to like slightly increase my chances of drawing a non-land. At 43 cards in deck, that increases my chances by what? 1 out of 43. What's that? It's like some subs 0 point something percent. I mean 1 point something. Something. It's actually like more than 1%, I think, because right. Okay, do they have Temporal? Yeah, they do. Okay, cool. Let's see if their expert turn lets them get back into this game. Did they not find what they need? They had that stuck in hand. Alright, that's really unfortunate for them because they just got completely mastered this game. GG. Yep. Alright. Oh, what did I go into? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I convert to resources to make me win next turn. Alright, GG, yep. So that means I'm up 1-0, which is pretty good for my chances. I mean, yeah, starting with 1-0 is always good for my chances, right? But I'm hoping to top cut this GP so that I don't have to worry about top cutting for the rest of the season. Like every month I don't top cut makes me more worried about having to top cut next month in the season. But oh, did they forget they had Flames Approach? I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyways because I top decked a non-spell. But like, if I just top decked in their land, then yeah, that Flames Approach would have changed things. Anyways, yeah, deck still plays pretty well. Like having real lines makes the deck a lot more explosive. Although I guess Ristad discounting like cantrips in 1 mana also made the deck super explosive. I think it has a slightly, but Austere Instructor is much more explosive than Ristad in opener. But without Ristad, like this deck doesn't have the same amount of comeback potential late because like Ristad having the multiple molds. Do I want to like? Do I have deck? Yeah, but like Ristad allowing you to Ristad being a mana sink that just wins you the game if you get to the last mode means that there in the previous version of the deck there was a lot of places where like in a late game we're both low on resources and then eventually I stick a Ristad and then level up once and then now I'm threatening to win the game next turn. Yeah, because this deck is also surprisingly good at hitting its land drops. It's like not that hard for me to get to 7 mana, at which point I'm threatening to level Ristad all the way up and then that free cast everything from my graveyard, which probably kills my opponent because I have a few void flares in there. Or just draws me a million cards and blows up the entire board. But yeah.